Well, guys, we got some good news today. It looks like the success of the Moon Knight trailer has garnered enough interest from WB and the team behind Mortal Kombat for them to officially hire the writer of Moon Knight to start working on the sequel. And this also kind of gives us a timetable and some new rumors among Mortal Kombat fans on when we could possibly see the upcoming sequel. So this was officially confirmed by Deadline, and they were the ones to officially reveal it and the first ones to get the source, that Moon Knight's head writer, Jeremy Slater, was officially hired to write the sequel to 2021's hit Mortal Kombat. Now again, I know that film, if you look at the box office and everything, it's a little all over the place, but again, it came out at an interesting time. It was still like the pandemic era and everything. The theatrical release was definitely not wide or even worldwide what I would consider normal, but it got a lot of traction on HBO Max. Even after its release, it continued to do well upon repeated views and people discovering it. And with the budget of the thing, with also much vested interest into what they already are indeed, and of course multiple actors signed on for optional sequels without really seeing a pay increase, which is typically how they do it with these things, with many of these options for sequels, WB, it makes sense here that they're going to push forward with this because it's a success and they can expand upon it. So with this news, now we kind of have an idea of what happens next. Now, obviously, they hired a scriptwriter, which means they are now just working on the first step. But remember, Mortal Kombat in 2021, that's not really when the film should have come out. The film literally sat on a shelf complete for close to a year. They were able to finish everything within the year that they started shooting. So again, the production time for this thing was rapid, which I think is going to be the same thing with the sequel, because they now know what they're doing, kind of the framework that they're working in, and they don't need to redesign many of the familiar elements, just sort of update them, which honestly tells me that optimistically, they will probably start shooting by fall. If they can guarantee, I would assume, the same location in Australia, because again, they got a massive tax write-off, which made the film even more profitable for that reason. And I would say you're probably looking at this towards the end of 2023, at least being fully complete and everything, and then probably a early 2024 release. I would not be surprised at all if it's spring to summer of 2024, kind of landed in that same spot as the first film. And in my opinion, that would be perfect, because this would be after WB has kind of migrated everything over to Discovery and they kind of know what they have. Overall, good news for Mortal Kombat fans, and as somebody that absolutely loved the film, despite all its flaws, I cannot wait to see what happens next and who we start hearing is up for potential roles.